am genuinely not the type of person to read reviews on books. I will be watching a YouTube video, and if like a YouTuber says, oh, I really like this book, and they give like little tiny details of what it's about, I will read it. I don't touch reviews. But today we are going to be exploring those reviews, and we're going to be reading 1-star reviews for books. Now, I don't really have a set, like I know some people do it for their favorite books. I'm just going to do it in general for all books. Some of them will be my favorite, some of them I don't like, but I'm curious to see what people are saying about it. This is purely just for fun. I'm not putting any hate towards authors. This is merely just other people's opinion that I'm reacting to. Let's go. Let's start this. Okay, so we are in fact going to be using Goodreads for this. The problem is, what books do I do? I kind of want to do books that I've read because sometimes that's more interesting. But I do want to do some authors, so I'm going to go to my read section and I'm literally going to look at 1-star ratings. We are going to look at Love and Other Words first. I rated this a 5-star. Let's look at those reviews. So, there's very few 1 stars. How many? Okay. I need to find like a spicy... Ooh. Okay. This is a really long one. Okay. I'm never taking a recommendation from you bitches again. This book was so unbelievably bad that I'm honestly dumbfounded at how so many people love it. I went into it excited, but it honestly seemed like something I would like. The beginning of the novel met these expectations, and I was interested in the story until shit hit the fan. Let me list my grievances. They have grievances, okay. I thought I was going to love Elliot, but holy shit. He's a psychopath. Breaking up with his girlfriend, who he's known for the past 5 years because he had a second interaction with Macy, is literally insane. Not cute, absolutely batshit fucking insane. They really have a way with words. Then he just got progressively worse. His extensive love confessions were the most disgusting thing I have ever been put through because they always came at the worst possible time. Also, inviting Macy and his ex to the same function and only telling Rachel. And don't even get me started on the whole I thought it was you excuse, because literally, what the fuck are you talking about? That was Elliot. Now Macy. Macy wasn't as insufferable as she could have been, but still got on my nerves repeatedly. That bitch was weak in the knees for a man who would do the absolute bare minimum. I did like her character when it came to how she handles her emotions though, and I found it very relatable. Okay. The romance, part 3. The romance felt weak to me. They would explain how they were unbelievably in love with each other even after 10 years with no foundation to back that up. I was waiting for the past chapters to develop that relationship to that degree, and it never came. Also maybe because it's my inherent disdain for high school sweethearts, but even the story for them fell flat for me. It didn't really make sense to me and would often feel out of place. I will say though, I did like the past chapters, even including Elliot. Young Elliot is pretty hot, not gonna lie, but present Elliot can go be in a ditch if he wants. Also, the ending was cute. That's about it. I have a deep, inexplicable hatred towards this book. So honestly glad I finished it. That was a mouthful. Jeez. This book was depressing, and not because of the emotional trauma the heroine, should I call her that, went through. The whole idea behind this codependent relationship and filmsy storyline had me in a blue mood for 2 days. I was so upset that I ate my feelings and watched 90 Days to Wed. Let's break it down. Special snowflake female main character, check. You sound like a misogynist. Every other woman is not to be cherished by nice guy hero. Bottled up female main character that doesn't talk about her problems, check. Subsequent big misunderstanding, check. That's usually a recipe for romance landia disaster, but worst of all, I'm talking cardinal sin level here, this book is boring. I feel like that's honestly just personal preference though. Like, I mean, I can get why you don't like that, but like, calling her heroine though? Not even motivated enough to write an average review. Wow, she's speechless. Boring AF. Macy has this breathy anxiety that makes me hate her so much, and her friend whose only personality is having a baby, Elliot, was bland as hell. Ugh, it was horrible. Okay. Peanut butter and jelly have more chemistry than Elliot and Macy. I'm surprised I could remember her name. I had to pause and think. DNF'd around 50% and it took me a week and a half to even get to that point. One thing is for certain, if I needed a nap, I would read this book. I'd make it maybe chapter 1 and I'd be out like a light. I just finished People We Meet on Vacation. I actually don't like that book, so we are polar opposites. And I hope to get similar vibes from this one, as in told in alternating points of time, leading to a big reveal as to what the grand falling out was over. But it fell heinously flat. IDK, maybe People We Meet on Vacation put me in a reading slump. It was so good. So if you're like me and had trouble with this one, go read that one. That's it. That's the reviewed. Go read People We Meet on Vacation. I'm curious to read the Cruel Prince ratings. I give it a 3 stars. It didn't really affect me that much, so let's see. 1 star. People love to swear in reviews. Unless you call pages littered with problematic shit substance. I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it. But my favorite thing about this review is the fact that it has a Friends GIF on it. This one brings me in because it says, please don't bother reading this if you love this book and would be insulted or offended by anyone writing in 3,000 words. Man, I'm not reading this. This really 3,000. Kitty, wow. Wow. I want this book to come to life so I can punch it in the face. It is terrible. You have such a way of words. Okay, we're done with that one. The Final Gambit, I gave 4 stars. I've heard people don't like this very much, so I am kind of curious to see what people have to say. This one just says, #justice for Grayson Hawthorne. JLB, I will see you in hell. Grayson, I will avenge you. People just seem like they hate it just because, oh, here we go. Yeah, what was this? Team Grayson since day 1. I guess they really don't like Jameson. Okay. Yet another disappointing book by JLB. Turn it up! If only some random old man wasn't into playing necessary mind games, none of this would have happened. And don't even get me how wrong Jason was done. Literally atrocious. In my eyes, AG were Endgame and Another Life. Goodbye, and never mention this series to me ever again. This book does not exist to me. Basically, most of these reviews is like, I wanted her with the other brother. That's basically it. Okay, ooh, it ends with us. I gave this 3 stars. I'm really curious to read Colleen Hoover 1-star reads. Like, I think I'm gonna go through her entire books. Okay. Now it is time for my naked truth. Hearts. This book sucks. Just, no. Change my rating because Colleen Hoover is a piece of shit. Okay, this is so true though. Royal is definitely an Andrew Tate stan. I sincerely hope I never again have to read a book with chapter-long diary entries to Ellen DeGeneres. Preach. Preach. I'm really curious. Colleen Hoover is such a controversial author. She's bound to have like, let's see, which book shall we go through? I think that's enough Coho reviews. Let's see what else. They both die at the end. I'm English. I'm curious. I hope they stay dead. The closest I came to crying in this book was when I had to put my eye drops in. And I'm pretty sure that was because the writing was so bad, it started to make my eyes burn. I found this book depressing. Unfortunately, not in the sad, beautiful way, but more on the dull side. Someone just wrote, no. Okay, we're gonna read Shatter Me. I gave this 4 stars. It's not my favorite book series, but I do really like it. Let's see what people have to say. I deserve a medal for finishing this book, like the Olympic gold medal in the anti-DNF books, people. I'm not gonna read the rest of it because it's long. Oh, Juliet, shut the fuck up already. Insufferable whiny bitch. Well, if you were in her place, you'd be the same. This book is what I see in the corner of my room while having sleep paralysis. Let's just go into romance and go for the books that I want to read people we meet on vacation. Low ratings. Ladies, if a man pulls a sad puppy face at you, run as fast as you can. The Deal by Off Campus. This is one of my favorite books, so let's see why people hate it. Someone just said, boo! Okay, it's just mainly saying that she's problematic, which they're not wrong. I'm kind of curious. I don't see why you wouldn't like Heartstopper, but let's see. I'm curious. Double. Didn't even spell double right. Maybe you shouldn't be writing a review if you can't even spell double right. Ooh, Normal People. I've heard so many controversial reviews about it. I want to know. Whoever was responsible for the marketing of this book deserves a raise because they managed to get 600,000 people to read this incredibly boring story. I am either going to need new eyes or eye sockets because for the 266 pages I could not stop rolling my eyes. I nearly melted when Conrad was introduced. That strong, silent, protective guy. Why? He was even sexier than Edward Cullen. And although he didn't sparkle, he certainly made up for it by his sorrowful brooding, which made my heart soared out too. I mean, who doesn't understand when someone who is in pain starts to drink and picking fights at a party? There's something just so alluring, so captivating about Conrad because what he does not say or do in words is immediately engraved in my ever-loving heart. I am totally, completely, 100%, 101% understand why Belly loved. Okay, I need to know why is this a bad rating? I don't get how that's a bad rating, but... The summer I turned pretty? No. More like the summer I turned whiny. This person lost an abundance of brain cells while reading it. You know what? I think we're going to end this off by reading It Starts With Us ratings. Welcome to Did This Book Really Need to Exist? Part 4,000... Wait. Okay, 43,432... 225. Wait. 43,430... 4,343,225. Didn't read, but the first was crap, so decided to rate this. I'll be requesting a fat check from Coho for making me waste my time reading this unnecessary book. Read this book out of curiosity, but I think I really should have just stayed curious. I don't support burning books, but this one is an exception. Writing this was a mistake. I need one more funny one. I would purposely be able to drop this book in a pond of water and not feel bad about it. Girl, this should have stayed in the drafts. I request Ms. Coho provide compensation of at least $10 to all. Okay, you know what? This is going to be the last one because it's actually DNF, but I think no one could put a knife on my throat saying my 1-star rating is too low. I think it's rather generous. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I had fun kind of reading these. Yeah, that's all I have for you. See you guys next week.